My Innova arrived within 2-3 minutes, so it's a good start. Found him. He had my number. I received an SMS. So it's around 7:15 in the morning, and we have set out for the airport from house. I'm going to Bhubaneswar. This would be the first trip to Bhubaneswar this year, but last year I had around 2 trips to Bhubaneswar. I'm going to Bhubaneswar as a part of Times Passion Trail, where I will be mainly as a blogger covering the Times Passion Trail, which is being organized by the government of Odisha Tourism Department as well as Times of India. So it's kind of an honor for me because I was invited to be a part of this program. Last year I had been to Uttarakhand as a part of the Uttarakhand experience, and this time it's Odisha. So hopefully it's a good start for this year, and we'll keep logging in. I'm on the way to the airport right now, so expectedly around half an hour to 45 minutes I'll reach the airport. So once I reach do the security check-in, I'll log in this before boarding the flight. Be with me in this trail. Hope you'll enjoy all the beautiful places that I visited this time. So it was a quick ride. It's around 7:45, and you can see we have almost reached the airport. We have taken the flyover and then take the right, and we'll soon reach the flyover. Sunday morning, less of traffic, almost negligible traffic. So reached the airport. So now I have the boarding pass checked in, waiting at gate number 16 where the flight is supposed to arrive. It's around 8:30 in the morning. 9:40 is the departure, so around 9:10 we'll have the boarding. It's a very bright morning. The sun is up. Yesterday it was very cloudy, and you can see around it's very sunny. So now taking the aero bridge to the Go Air flight. It's around 9:10 and we are boarding. The official departure time is around 9:40. So we have enough time. I'm traveling in Go Air after say around 7-8 years. So let's see how it has evolved through these years. I'll switch it off because the security personnel, they get very edgy if they see a running camera. So once I board the flight, I'll log in again. So got my seat, it's 17C. It looks like a very new aircraft, you'll see, but very bad cleanliness. You see, I think the morning flight they failed to clean it. So anyway, it's a neat and clean flight, but these things what makes a difference. So hopefully Go Air, please take care of your cleanliness. Otherwise rest is very good. And I'll give you a review of food because this boarding pass includes a complimentary meal, so I'll give you an update on that also. I don't think they have cleaned the flight because here is the example. Tissue paper used by the previous person. You can see the leftover food out there, completely cracked.
The mask over your
So we are now having security briefing, and
make sure your own
we
mask
are now
is placed
departing for
correctly
Bhubaneswar on
before
time.
assisting
So
others.
keep an update on.
To emergency.
Basically, you have option of veg meal box or a non-veg meal box if you have a complimentary meal in the boarding pass. So what I was given was cornbread sandwich and Maza. The sandwich was way too bad. I mean, it's extremely sour. I just could not have it, so it's left. The Maza, I might take it and drink later. Only thing that I had was a glass of water. So we are halfway through the flight. We are descending to Bhubaneswar, so I'll log back in to take my luggage. And I did not have to wait long. As soon as I arrived, I see my luggage, Indian Vagabond. So reached Bhubaneswar, I think 5 minutes before time. It was a very bumpy flight, lots of turbulence and all. Food was really bad. I really felt pukish. Anyway, I'm just heading out. I hope someone is waiting for me outside because I do not have information where I'm going to stay. So hopefully there's someone outside waiting for me. So I come out and I do not see any placard. I don't think nobody is waiting for me. So I have few numbers with me. I'll just call them up and try to track where I'm supposed to go. Funny. Okay, so just now got a call from my driver. He had my number out here and he just gave me a call, so he's on his way, Innova. So hopefully I'll catch him and then proceed. So my Innova arrived within 2-3 minutes, so it's a good start. Found him. He had my number. I received an SMS. Last time I think I had come in the month of August. Some vloggers from Kolkata. So this time I don't know who all are going to be there. Hopefully I get a good team. It'll be fun then. Welcome to Bhubaneswar. It's a beautiful morning, very bright, and Bhubaneswar seems to be alive. I mean, it's Saraswati Puja today, so I can see some pandals around different places. Bright and sunny. Bhubaneswar over the years have developed a lot. When I used to come in the 90s, it was really coming up, and now I see wide roads, service roads, flyovers, so things are improving on the brighter side. So I think I'm arriving at my hotel, Fortune. So Fortune Orchid. Okay, this is the place. This is going to be my hotel. Okay, so I can see some standees out there. So just arrived, checking in. I'll get my key, I'll go to my room, freshen up, and then I think that's where we have to go. Times Passion Fruits. Keep you posted.
Krishna. Radha, the temporal soul, Krishna, the permanent soul. So as knowledge seekers, we seek those various roads and paths to understand our consciousness of what this ancient civilization is about. So many temples. Why Ashoka came here? What led to the generation of university-like situations for Buddhism in Lalitgiri, Ratnagiri and Udaygiri? Inherited the traditions of creating those temples. Most importantly, this is the century for Asia, and Odisha is a very, very important.
Today, I am told about 250 exist. Some of the prominent ones which you will get to see during your stay. Disha gave a wonderful introduction when she was talking about the arts, Pattachitra, Talpatra, various art forms. Api is there. We are also very famous for our wildlife and our natural. Mr. Vishal Dev has sat down personally and drawn up the itinerary for this train, and Mr. Mahapatra. I was with him for, I don't know, I took time for 15 minutes, he gave me 1.5 hours. And that's the passion with which he spoke. And I said, sir, why don't you be the experience architect?
Recently, we observed 200 years of Pike Rebellion, 1870, and Khordha was declared. We also, Pike Rebellion also, is 400 to 1827 Sipai making. 1804 also, Jai Rajgur who sacrificed himself.
The Times Fashion Trail starts. This is the bus that we're taking, and this is how it goes. Let's really.
So it's not only Hindu and Buddhist, but it's also Odia and Tamil Nadu that come and confront in Sri Lanka.
Okay, I think we have reached a museum. I am not sure of the name. We are all trying to get down. So once I managed to get down, I think this is the tribal museum. Not so sure. I'll keep you posted. The Times Fashion Trail bus has now arrived at the tribal museum. You can see some of the participants have already gone inside. If you are coming to Odisha, staying at Bhubaneswar, this is the place I think you should visit, because I know about little history and the geography and the different topographical regions of Odisha, and trust me, it has lots of tribal populations. Especially the like around, I think 10 to 15 years back, I had visited a tribe called the Gonda tribe. You wouldn't believe that you are in India. So there are lots of fascinating tips that you would get from here, especially about the way they live, the way the kind of dresses they wear, the jewelry, the food that they eat, the musical instruments, and the various kind of interesting aspects of the tribals of Odisha. It's a fairly large area. They have got a training center also out there, a restaurant and a souvenir shop, and the museum itself. So if you are in Bhubaneswar, this is the place I recommend that you have to come. So this is the map of the place. Let's take a shot of it. It will be easy for you to remember. It's a really lovely place. Odisha has quite a substantial tribal population, and if you want to know more about them, do visit this place. You get to see a lot of their dresses, the musical instruments, different kind of things. So it's really interesting. The museum is out there, and this is the training hostel also, I think, and this is the souvenir shop and the restaurant. So overall, it's a good place to enjoy knowing about the cultures of Odisha. So what I just noticed are these paintings done on these tree bark. It's really unique. I have never seen this before. It's really nice, and obviously the flowers. It looks fantastic. I think this is the entrance to the museum. It's fantastic.
These guys have opened this totally only for us today. It's closed.
So what is this art?
Sora.
Saura. This means mother is also Saura. You have the
Is Dr. Ota here?
Yeah,
So it's beautiful. Tribal jewelry. Different costumes. Bonda costume. Bonda. I know about this because I visited Bonda, and I'll put photos after it, and this is what they wear.
We have 5 galleries here. This is the first gallery, and we have displayed ornaments from this gallery. And Odisha has 62 types of certain tribes, out of which 13 are particularly vulnerable or primitive. So here, thematically, we have designed our galleries, and this is the first one in which we have displayed ornaments.
We have actual songs, but also
Joan couple.
so we have here, ponds, they could be
The hall number 2, different clothes, textiles and other type of materials out here. Let me take some shots. If you're coming to Bhubaneswar, then this is a good place to learn about the culture, the different kinds of tribes, the people of this place. Then this is the place to be. Trust me, it has everything that you're looking for. It's very interesting. These are different types of combs used by the different tribe. You can see it's very, very unique. Very, very different. So each one of them, you can actually, it's a collectible item actually. It's such beautifully made. Now this is hall number 3, hunting and fishing implements, weapons of offense and defense. Interesting, let's check it out. Oh, bows and arrows and everything. Different kinds of hunting as well as for self-defense. You have the different bows and arrows out here. Let me take some close-ups. Fishing nets, fish traps out there. Knife, interesting knife. Just look at this axe. Knife, longer dagger type swords out here. Axe. Just look at this, isn't it lovely? Spears. Few more axes. Just look at that one, double-edged. Looks like a claw, like this. Guns. Oh. Different guns, wooden guns. Interesting, wooden guns. Traps, nets. Not the mosquito net. Bird trap. Fantastic. Don't miss this museum. Trust me, you wouldn't want to miss this museum. It's fantastic. Now look at these. And this is hall number 4, household objects and agricultural implements. Let me check that out also. Okay. Various household objects. Cowbell, interesting. Speed, who wants speed? Knife and sickles out here. This looks wonderful. Smaller carts out here. That's three-collar line. All these are all carrying tools. It's interesting. Yes, ropes and knife. Fantastic. Just don't miss it. Trust me. Just don't miss it. It's very interesting. These are some of the metal objects. Take a snap of it. And then we have hall number 5, that is dance, musical instruments and dokra items. Let's check that out. Oh, this is fine. This is also beautiful. And we move. You can see the various objects out here. The changu, dokra items, different types. Dokra items. Few more dokra items. Let's look at the fantastic dokra items. The snake charmer. And then you can see the rhythm instruments. These are the leather instruments made out of the drums and all. These are the different dokra items out here. and the dance costumes. I mean, just look at the zari work, quality of zari work, fantastic. They have the bells, clappers, the flute, and then we have these massive drums out here all around. Wondering, you're not getting the smell of naphthalene. These are the reason we are getting. I am getting it because it's all around out here. So after the leather section, you have things like the flute, the clappers, string instruments also out here. People in the different attire, celebrations, I guess. These are the outer galleries. So I think they have tried to recreate the homes. Not so sure. Let me take out. Secret. Different. The names you can see. I will put it up later. So now we have reached Kalabhoomi. We have around 45 minutes to spend out here. Let's see. I'll be more specific once I get down. I have not come to this place in Odisha, so hopefully it would be very exciting. There's a banner, Odisha Times Passion Trails. The banner, and I think someone is here to guide us, so that will be a good thing. Okay, so this is inside Kalabhoomi. Interesting, let's check it out. Grama Devi. Okay, so Bengali is very easy to relate. Grama Devi.
The museum was created from the point of view of having a one-stop for all the handicrafts and the handlooms of Odisha. Now, a lot of travelers don't realize that the first states that we think of when we think of rich handicraft handloom culture is always towards the western part of the country. But Odisha is actually very well balanced when it comes to both handicrafts and handlooms because we are rich on both sides. And that's exactly from where people who put this together were thinking, because they said we should have a place where people can kind of experience both sides. So the museum is across 12 acres, and we're not going to be walking across those 12 acres, we're going to be walking across one of those. The rest of it is the experience and live zone. Now, what you see around yourself right now is actually the way it was first created was we wanted to let people see artifacts in its natural ambience. So we left a little Gram Devi representation out there. Now that's again just a representative version of what you would see. The votive horses around it is again representative, something that you'll see inside the terracotta gallery as well, but just to help you understand how it is in real life. You have the turtle again because it would be really lovely here, and the monkey, it acts like a little scarecrow because we scare other monkeys away, and then you have the birds that are just because birds are to be found on roofs. So I'll actually skip that section because you'll be seeing it in real life. The horses that you saw again outside. Now, because of my economic background, the little perspective I have to give you about these is the one that you see on the right side and the one that you see on the left side.
These are people on the ocean for many centuries.
look at the wooden work out here. And this chest and the doors, the palki. These are the different panels that you can see. Wooden panels. It's just beyond words. Again, type of dofra, and the one which really attracted me to this place was this one. Oh, silver Siliguri. So we have just reached Dhauli. It's around 6:45 p.m.
We have to see that bird.
Took nearly an hour for us to reach here, and really tired. Cup of tea would have been really helpful. Little hungry also. These foodstuffs really making me hungry. Now I have to take a long climb up towards Dhauli. Wish we had come in with the daylight, then I could have done some photography, but I don't think that's feasible. So
उसका मार्ग था। इंसान ही नहीं, पशुओं, जीव जंतुओं की हिंसा पर भी रोक लगा दी गई। शाकाहार का विचार दिया, जाति पाति के भेद खत्म कर दिए गए, लोक कल्याण और जनहित उसके शासन के मंत्र बन गए।
सड़कों पर मैंने बड़े वृक्ष लगाए हैं जो पशुओं और मनुष्यों को छाया देंगे। प्रत्येक 9 मील की दूरी पर मैंने आम के बागीचे लगाए और कुएं खुदवाए हैं, विश्राम गृह बनवाए हैं, कई पिलाव बनवाए हैं। मैंने ये सब इसलिए किया है कि मेरी प्रजा धर्म के अनुसार आचरण करे।
धर्म की नीति को लागू करने के लिए उसने धर्माधिकारी नियुक्त किए और धर्म के विस्तार के लिए कई शांति संदेश को वो देश विदेश के विभिन्न हिस्सों में भेजा।
So that was a fantastic show actually. They have done it really well. So we have now come here to check the Kalinga Mahotsav. There's supposed to be some dance program or Odisha dance, I suppose, because that's something which is popular out here. We have just travelled. We have not even reached the main road. We are on the way back from Dhauli. It is happening near Dhauli. So this beautiful. So I hope it will be a good experience. Dhauli Kalinga Mahotsav.
जिस कलारी पैटू में वीर रस के प्रदर्शन होता आ रहा है और ये सारे विश्व की एक बहुत ही आकर्षणीय अध्याय के नाम पे जाना जाता है, तो प्रस्तुत है कलारी पैटू। आपण करताल ही से स्पष्ट करूला ओडिशार कथा को आमे निखुणता सहित पहुंचे करूला भगवान पर्यंत